Hello folks, account reviews are back, and do we have some interesting accounts to take a look at today? Yes we do. Now these accounts will try and allude to some stuff we've talked about in the past, but they'll also try and add something new to our account reviews. People that are embracing problems that we've not seen before, and challenges that we can address, but obviously they're going to still be making the same old mistakes as the good old times we've seen in plenty of account reviews. And if this is your first time tuning into our account reviews, then welcome. Go check out many of the other ones we have. It's a whole rabbit tree? That's no. Rabbit hole of discovery for you. Rabbit tree? Do trees even live in rabbits? No, that's... Wow. What a great start. Anyway, let's go look at the first account. This belongs to Ginger. And it's pretty, at first it looks pretty good. When you start from left to right, we start looking pretty good. We've got an E5 Inosuke. He's got a imprint, which is pretty cool. Let's go see what his other imprints look like. We're making our way around. Yeah, this seems pretty smart. You've gone for the attack node there to maximize his shields. He's got 3-in-1 split to maximize his attack. We've got an attack stone and a kiss of ghost. This seems like a pretty solid hero. You can't complain. It's pretty good. And then we look here, we've got a Garuda, and you'd think, oh, this is good. So his second E5 is surely going to be Garuda, right? Definitely. Obviously, that's the decision. We've even got the Aiden here to use as one of the enables on that Garuda. And then it gets bad. 9-star Fiona, 8-star Ithaca, 9-star Rogan. All poor choices. Remember that thing we always say, which is to build one hero at a time? Well, unfortunately, Fiona, Ithaca, Rogan, and Garuda are all heroes that you would probably at some point want to build to E5. So it was going so well, but then Fiona, Ithaca, and Rogan happened. So my guess, if I had to be a betting man, would be Supreme Ginger made the Fiona, the Ithaca, the Rogan, and the Inosuke, and the Garuda all around the same time, and then he probably then focused on the Inosuke. And Fiona, Ithaca, and Rogan are baggage of the past, let's say, that he's now still living with and still attempting to fix. Because if you look here, we've got an 8-star Edgar, we've got a 9-star Christian, both evidence that you are aware you need to build food and stepping in the right direction. So Ginger, talk to me. Supreme Ginger says he actually focused hard on Inosuke and then made the Fiona to progress more in Seal Land, which might not be the smart thing. To be fair, that's fine. That said though, Inosuke can do Seal Land in his own right. And I think this is something that happens all the time. And I alluded to it in one of my little talking videos I made. A lot of people will compare their own progress to other people's without looking at the bigger picture. If you have an E5 Inosuke and you hear that someone else managed to clear Seal Land with an E5 Inosuke and you're confused as to why you can't, don't instantly assume you need more heroes. There may be larger problems at work here. For example, look at this Phoenix. This Phoenix is only level 153, and it may be maxed here. Is it maxed in runes? No. Wow, you went ahead and upgraded speed. That wasn't smart, dude. Speed is not going to help you at all. It's an early account. PvE is the main thing you need to focus on. Speed is completely useless, and that's a waste, if I'm honest. You do not need these speed imprints. What you want to go for here is the runes of HP to increase the health of your Inosuke. This is probably one of the reasons why your Inosuke struggled early on, and why you felt like you needed to build Fiona. Because it's a very common mistake that people don't realize that speed is useless. Runes of speed is only useful in PvP. You really should focus on HP and attack first. So there we go. There's one symptom we've managed to find that explains what happened on this account. So if you guys ever find that you've built a hero and you're not able to clear a Seal Land, don't instantly assume you need to build more heroes. There may be something bigger going on, whether it's monsters or even the equipment that hero is rocking. Like, look at this Inosuke. That's 5-star gear. So one immediate thing you could use to improve this Inosuke is 6-star gear. That's another improvement you could make to his stats. And you got to bear in mind, improvements to Inosuke's stats are massive. Not only does HP give him more health, attack gives him more shields. And also, if you're giving him more attack, he's able to do more damage so he can clean up fights quicker. So, of all the heroes, Inosuke benefits from a wide variety of stats far better than the other heroes that you may originally be used to using. As well, you've gone with speed here. Not useful, man. I get you might want to have a quicker Nosuke for PvP, but even then that doesn't seem very smart, because if I'm honest, a Nosuke on his own is not going to be a solid PvP hero, whichever way you look at it. So you probably want to build him as aggressive as possible with the following things. So mightiness is going to be really helpful. You've gone right with Control Purify. That's great. There is stun in Fortress Waves, if I remember correctly, so just having some protection there is really, really good. So you also got to bear that in mind, right? You are running in head first into a PvE game mode with PvP enables. That's not going to help either. And yeah, Fiona can help for sure, but what other Fortress heroes do we have? None. We have a 6-star Sherlock. That's it. So you know, little tips if you are ever trying to do Fortress Sealand. Fire Fist. His active skill can stun. 100% chance to stun. Random enemy. Pretty good. Stick an energy artifact on this guy. Get his active skill happen in round 1. You stun some opponents. Guaranteed. Another hero that can help here is Bleaker. If you go and have a look, Bleaker is a 5-star hero that is able to stun opponents with his active skill, and also whenever a hero dies. It's pretty good. So you got to bear in mind there are heroes out there that are going to help you, and CC is very, very useful in Sealand. So if you're trying to rock in with a little team like this 9-star Christian's not going to help you. He's not going to do anything. You got to run in there with Fire Fists, with Valentinos, with heroes that are going to improve your chances of winning by stunning your opponents. And just get your Phoenix up. That's a big thing that I see a lot of people doing. Is they are, trying to push themselves to progress, and the thing that's slowing them down is their pet, as opposed to anything else. So yeah, don't get annoyed if you can't clear Sealand. It's probably down to more likely your equipment and your monster than it is going to be the heroes you're using. Because if you've seen someone else clear it with those heroes, then it's doable. You just don't have the right stuff yet. And that doesn't mean, get all angry. No! It just means, think about it for a second. You just don't have quite the other stuff people are looking for. And this happens to pay-to-win players way more than free-to-play players as well. Because you make progress quicker if you're a pay-to-win player. If you've spent money on the game, you're going to progress faster than free-to-play players. And that means your heroes are going to advance quicker than your monster otherwise would, because you're not spending money for monster parts. So any progress you make on your heroes is going to be superior to the progress you could be making on your pet. Combine this with the additional things they've added to the game now, such as the chapters and the glory challenge. Progress is faster than it's ever been. And therefore, lots of people are getting E5 heroes quicker than they have a monster to back them up, and then get frustrated that they can't clear Sealand and think they're doing something wrong. So I think that's going to be a big message for today, as a lot of these accounts are going to be making mistakes because they're chasing victories in Sealand and going about it the wrong way. So building that 9-star Fiona wasn't beneficial in the slightest. It isn't going to help your account because Fiona is an endgame hero. She's not really doing much. She's a support hero. You want to get your aggressive heroes in your factions sorted before you go for someone like Fiona. What would be better is after a Nosuke, you then focused on someone like Garuda, purely just Garuda, or Ithaca, purely just Ithaca, because then you're going to go and get a hero that can do a different Sealand. In time, when your monster improves, you get higher runes on it, you get a higher level on that monster, a Nosuke will be able to do Sealand. Also, when you get more imprints on him, just by doing more stuff in the Void, it's going to be even easier. So just bear that in mind. A lot of people do get worked up and frustrated that they can't do certain things, but it's normally just because other areas of the game are lacking, whether it's your monster, whether it's your equipment. So yeah, watch out guys, it's a common mistake that happens, I see it all the time, and just make sure you're being careful. As for other things on this account, I mean, Christian, Edgar, excellent fodder heroes, but be careful of who you're 6-starring. We've got 6-star Eloise here, we've got 6-star Andre. I doubt you have other copies of Andre. Okay, you have one other, but that's really not enough in my mind, and we have no other copies in the bag. What we do have, though, is a 9-star Puppet, which you managed to get at Anniversary. That's nice. And look, 2 more Ithaca copies, dude. Wow! And way more here. You could be well on track for an E5 Ithaca right now. That's a really saddening thing, actually. If you look at this, that Ithaca could be a 10-star Ithaca if we pretended this Rogan was any other forest hero. So boom, 10-star Ithaca. Then Fiona, if it was some other hero, E1. Then E2 with this Christian right here. If that Garuda was any other hero, E3. If Aiden was any other hero, E4. And with that Edgar alongside that Heartwatcher, you could make another 10-star. You could have another E5 at this point. And that's the thing. That's just a little bit of contrast I want to put into the minds of people when they think that building wide is good. If we consolidated everything on this account, we would have an E5 Ithaca. Guaranteed. But because you want to build Fiona, you want to build Garuda, you want to build Rogan, you want to build Heartwatcher, you made that possibility impossible. Because you don't want to feed Rogan and Fiona. They're good heroes. They're going to be great in the long run, and feeding them would be bad. And because of that, I feel like you've maybe slowed yourself down on the possible progress you could have made. And I see it all the time. It's perfectly normal. But unfortunately, it's just the way it goes. So hopefully this has been insightful for you guys. Hopefully you find this account a little bit of inspiration of certain ways that you could play the game and certain mistakes you could avoid. And yeah, seems pretty good if you just follow the advice I've given you and you just start focusing on one hero. You should be okay. But yeah, just watch out. Just be careful and try not to repeat the mistakes of the past. Let's go take a look at the next guy. This next account, I'm scared. For the simple reason it's level 121, VIP 8. Do you know what that means, guys? It means I'm expecting good things. Like, you've seen Sol's account. That was a slightly lower level, same VIP. There's got to be like a Transcendence hero here or something. There's got to be something good, right? Wrong! Look at this. We have Ithaca, Horus, Tix, and an E2 Eloise. And we haven't even done Death in Aspen Dungeon. So what we have on our hands right now, guys, is what I can only refer to as a whale lacking guidance. And this happens a lot. A lot of people spend plenty of money on this game and don't quite know what they're doing. They're like a kid with a gun. And to save this guy from blowing his own brains out, we're gonna have to help him. So, the Gaming Hunter, allow me to be of assistance. First things first. I don't know what you spent money on. But I know you spent a lot. I know you spent over $4,000. I'm hoping we have some artifacts here. Kiss of Ghost. Good. Antler's Cane. Okay. Demon Bell. Good. Magic Source. Do we have any other artifacts? No, we don't. Okay. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Alrighty. So, big thing you want to do. If you guys are going to spend money on Idle Heroes, the best value thing you can purchase money on is artifacts. It's the best thing you can go for. So, little advice for you if you're ever going to spend cash on this game again. Artifacts. Second thing, which if you want to go wild, you don't have to do this, is in the Gate of the Void. You can buy Cores of Transcendence. And you can use those cores to get yourself opportunities to get heroes. Now, you have 2.5 million Crystals of Transcendence. Answer me this. Have you ever opened a Sphere of Transcendence for crystals? You got one and you used it on crystals. Okie dokie. That's rule number 2. Do not open the transcending spheres to get crystals. What you want to go for is Stellar Shards. Stellar Shards can upgrade your heroes, giving you far more power, because Imprints is like a whole other leveling system in the game. Next question, where did your Golden Spirit go? I'm assuming your Golden Spirit has just disappeared by the fact you have 4 heroes that are approaching E5 and you're level 121 and VIP 8. That means you've made a lot of progress very quickly, and it's likely your Golden Spirit reserves have not been able to catch up. That's kind of normal. But The biggest thing I'm seeing here, which alarms me the most, is you've built 4 E5s, pretty much, if we include this Eloise, in the Shadow faction. Now, first things first, Shadow is an incredible faction. But to build 4 E5s sounds a little bit ridiculous. Now, from what I understand, your Shadow Seal Land isn't 20. And that's why you've been focusing on this. And I think that's one of the scariest things that I've ever heard. Someone to go, oh, I can't beat this Seal Land, therefore I will just keep building heroes in that faction until I beat that Seal Land, is a very frightening narrative. Because one of the first things people get told when they start this game is complete one of the Seal Lands. Now, if you just hear that in a vacuum, yeah, you're going to do that. If I had money to spend on this game, and someone said, go get this one of the Seal Lands cleared, I would do this as well. It's the logical thing to do. But the issue that comes with this is way too much. You don't need these 4 heroes to complete Shadow, right? You should have done Shadow Seal Land already. In fact, I'm amazed you haven't. So what's likely going on here is you don't know the tips and tricks. That or your monster isn't fully leveled. There you go, level 155. Let's look at the runes. Okay, good, you've not gone for speed, but if we look at the runes here, Rune of HP, Rune of Attack, they're not finished. So at no way should you expect to do Seal Land 20 if you haven't finished your monster. Your monster is giving so many stats. Like, that's one thing people forget, is the stats that you gain from monsters are massive. Like, huge. So by not making progress on your monster, or at least making progress on your heroes way faster than your monster, you're of course not going to be able to do Seal Land. And this is a confusing thing that people get stuck in. They get trapped. Because they think, oh, I'm just going to have to keep building all these Shadow heroes to do Shadow Seal Land over and over and over again. When the thing that holds you back isn't that. It's not your heroes, it's your monster. Also your armor. Look at this. Like, you have 6-star gear, but none of it's class equipment. I mean, Grados Blessing. It's here right now. I don't know where your gems have gone. Well, where have your gems gone? If you VIP'd, surely you must have gems. What are you spending gems on? Okay, that's not bad. Good. Buy Course of Transcendence, buy Scrolls. That's okay. That's okay. I wouldn't buy... Oh, no, 3-star... No, don't buy 3 stars for gems. It's a waste. Oh, no, this is okay. This is fine. So, yeah, just be careful. Never, ever, 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 ever buy Scrolls from here with gems. That plus button is a trap. Never buy this. Just putting that out there. I made that mistake when I started. Never do that. So yeah, be careful. Don't go too crazy. But what I do want to say is, with an account like this, it's very, very easy to get ahead of yourself. Do your homework before you spend money. On the grand scheme of things, though, we have food, right? We got Malassa here, we got Christian, we got these puppets. That's good. These can be used to progress other heroes. But looking at your other factions, it doesn't seem like we have any progress made, really. I mean, you could build Penny, but I don't know how useful a Penny's going to be. The most useful hero you have right here that's going to help you the most is Tix. We want to do Aspen Dungeon with the Tix. That's the big thing. If you can get Aspen Dungeon cleared with Tix, that's going to be great. Now, Speed HP, that's not doing anything for him. That's not helping him at all. We want attack, holy damage, or crit attack on there. We want to give him some power. Speed HP, not going to help a Horus. Horus wants block. So there's another one of your problems. Your Horus just isn't built right. Horus needs to have 100% block. Currently, he's sitting at 88.5. Sounds close, but it's not enough. So we want block HP on here if we want to get the most out of this Horus. Also, warrior gear, dude. If you can pick it up, pick it up. Ithaca, crit attack. This is nice. I like this. That's a correct stone. That's going to do good stuff. With the Kiss of Ghost as well, yeah, you can't complain. I think we'd get more out of Antler's Cane on her, though. So I would switch to Antler's Cane. You can stick Kiss of Ghost on Horus, then give Horus... Just give him block HP, man. It's going to be so much more interesting, so much more valuable. And then, to give yourself a little bit more progress, if you ever get any Tixes, baby Tixes, like little mini Tixes are going to help you out. Also, these Jarras, give them Magic Source, right? Let a Jarra just pop off with an active skill, and freeze an opponent. That's going to be really good. Eloise, no point her having magic source. She's a tanky-ish hero, and at E2, I mean, she's not doing anything. Let's be fair. At E2, she's not doing anything, especially with this stone, because she's just underleveled. She just doesn't have that. So she's underleveled. She doesn't have a good stone. She's going to struggle in comparison to your other heroes that you have. Tix, underleveled. Right, that's another thing you're going to be struggling with. So one thing I also want to encourage you guys is to not build heroes until you have enough golden spirit to back them up. And when you're at this point in the game, don't go building a hero until you have 9 copies and all the food. Because currently this Eloise is stuck at E2, and you might have been trying to go, come on, I need to get this hero leveled up, let's go, I need to kill a Shadow Sealand. I would go and seriously do some homework about how Shadow Sealand works, because there's some tricks you can do in it, right? Obviously, building a Jara to freeze the opponent, to petrify the opponent, that's going to be helpful. Look at someone like Ice Troll. When he does an active skill, he's going to do it against one enemy on the front line with a 50% chance to freeze warrior opponents. That's actually really useful in the Sealand. So Ice Trolls are super handy. Throw an Ice Troll in there with a magic source. You'll probably get more out of a Jara, to be fair, but Ice Troll's still really good. You can't go wrong with an Ice Troll. In fact, there is a level 2 hero in the Fortress faction that also offers a pretty good CC. I think it's this guy, Bone Warrior. 100% chance to stun. Against one enemy, 100% chance. So running one of these with a magic source, boom! You just stun that enemy, which will be the enemy at the front, but he's going to stun him. So that's another tip there, my friend. That's another tip. So hopefully that'll give you a little bit of advice. Now, I want to look at this Melassa real quick. You have 2 other copies right there. Great. Let's build a 10-star Melassa. Let's do it. Let's feed one of these dummies to that Melassa. Let's get it to 10-star. And then you can use that to either upgrade the Eloise. I don't like that idea, though. Or imprint. Imprint one of your heroes, which is a good idea. Now, what I would do with this account, I don't know if you need Eloise. I don't think Eloise gives you anything. Because with Ithaca, with Horus, with Tix, you should be able to do Shadow Sealand. Like, that Eloise is screaming to be a hero in a different faction. Whether it's a Nosuke, whether it's, I mean, there's not really a good hero in Abyss. Garuda, even. What if it's a Garuda? Where are your Garuda copies? I assume you use them as food. So, Garuda would have been nice. But the thing is, Eloise, I mean, I think you're just going too hard into Shadow. This could be any other hero and you'd get way more value, because we want to start focusing on other factions. Did you do anything at Anniversary? Did we swap for a light or dark hero? Like, did you use the switchy-swatchy things? Switching your artifacts around? Is that what happened? Did we switch heroes around? What happened with Anniversary? What was the thing you were doing there? You swapped for Tix copies. Okay, that's fine. Building the Tix is good. I would have rather a light or dark hero, because they're easier to obtain. Sorry, more difficult to obtain. I would have preferred a light or dark hero, because they're more difficult to obtain, and therefore it would have been better value, but you can't go wrong with a Tix. Tix is really good in Aspen Dungeon. I think he's going to help the account, so that's fine. And it comes into the narrative again, which is that you want to focus on, you know, just Shadow Sealand. And I get that headspace. I can completely empathize with you. I totally understand where you were coming from. But what I really want to stress is that your difficulties with Sealand are not going to be fixed with heroes. You want to get better armor. You want to get a better stone on Horus. You want block on there. And ideally, you probably didn't even want to build the Tix. If you had left a few little Tixes, it would have made your life a lot easier. But that's not an option anymore. So what we're going to have to look at is getting some Jaras to level 100. Giving them energy artifacts, letting them freeze or petrify your opponents. If that doesn't work, try Ice Trolls. Try that Warrior dude I was on about down here as well. This guy, Bone Warrior. So use one of them to stun the frontline opponent. And just try and use a combination of CC and raw power to beat your opponent. Another thing I want to look at, what's your guild tech? Okay. Alrighty. That's another reason why you're struggling with Sealand. Is your guild tech is severely underleveled. So, this is another thing that's going to be holding you back. Because you've made progress so quickly, and you've looked at other heroes that have managed to clear the Seal Land, and you're thinking, why can't I do this? Well, you don't have the Guild Tech. Guild Tech offers a ton of stats. You have HP, skill damage, you get a HP attack, and this is just for Warrior, right? Ithaca would benefit from all the Assassin stuff. For Mage, we have nothing. Tix is getting no bonuses from here. Have you bought anything in here before? There's no way I can check. I'm assuming this is just because it's an early account, right? It's early. Guild Tech is hard to get. Wait, yeah, been focusing on Garuda and Penny? Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean by that? So another major problem this account has is you've bought Solidus with guild coins. We can't see the evidence here because he's refreshed a few times. But supposedly the owner of this account, our friend here, he's bought pennies and Garudas and reset the shop and done that a few times. So that's why his guild tech is so underleveled. And for that reason, your heroes just don't have the stopping power they could have. Combine that with the fact that you don't have class gear for them, and you don't have a high-level monster. It's all starting to make sense now as to why you're getting frustrated that you can't clear Seal Land. It's just because you've not been making the other necessary steps to make your heroes powerful. For those of you that are watching this, that have started this game for the first time and you don't quite realize the importance of Guild Tech, allow me to stress it. Guild Tech offers tons of stat boosts that are going to make your heroes way more powerful. If we look at this, this is just for Warrior, so this is only going to benefit his Horus. Now, I would rather you just focused on one loop round for your first E5, but if we look at this, my man here, he's got an Assassin, he's got a Warrior, he's got a Mage, and he's got a Ranger. That's really hard, right? It's so difficult to feed into all of these heroes' different classes. So, because you're spending and you're accelerating your progress, your guild tech just isn't able to keep up with that. And because you're spending guild coins in the Solidus, it's making it even more difficult. And it's just going to slow and grind your progress. So my advice to you, Gaming Hunter, is immediately stop using guild coins for Solidus. Stop that right now. Focus on guild tech. Eventually things will click into place. It's really difficult to do anything right now because I think a lot of the problems of this account come from inexperience. And that's fine. It just scares me when I look at your VIP level. Because I really don't want... I don't want to know how much you make as a living, right? I just want to make sure that you're not spending more money than you are comfortable spending and not making the best progress you possibly could. So, as long as you're not hurting yourself, this is fine, right? That's the main reason I'm really concerned. So I just want to make sure that you're okay, and that you're not going to just keep throwing money at the game to try and fix it that you can't afford. And you're slowing down cash-wise? Good, yeah, steady up, ease up the throttle, because I think that's the thing I see all the time, is a lot of people come in here with, you know, big pockets, and they're like, right, room, I'm ready to get top of the leaderboard. Let's go. And they don't quite know what they're doing, they don't quite know what to buy, and it results in a very clunky experience, which looks like this, where you start looking at other people and going, why am I losing to this guy? Come on, I've spent more than he has, I've got more power, what's going on? And sometimes it's the little things, right? It's the guild tech, it's the monster, it's the equipment, it's the synergy of the team. And it just results in just a clunky experience for the player and frustration. I'll be fair, it's frustrating. If you're spending money on a game and not making the progress you think you'd be making, yeah, you're going to get frustrated, and that's fine. So I'm really glad you came to me, Gaming Hunter, with this account. And you're asking, what should I spend my profit orbs on? Wherever you need food. Wherever you need food to make progress. So if you feel like you need some more forest heroes, use them in forest. If you feel like you need more shadow heroes, which I assume you don't, off we go. Generally, I would start trying to advance other factions right now, right? Whether it's a Garuda to do Forest Seal Land, whether it's an Anosuke to go and do Fortress Seal Land, you gotta go cover those bases. In addition, Tix, right? Tix is your ticket to Aspen Dungeon. He's going to need a good stone. He's going to need maxed out mage tech, and it's unfortunate that you've wasted guild coins on the Guild Solidus, because guild coins are probably the most valuable resource in the game. In addition, look at this! There's 18 people in this guild. And all of them are weaker than you. You need to find a guild that matches your power. Because if you're literally carrying the guild, that's going to suck for you from a gaming experience, and you are going to miss out on loads of resource opportunities. So just go find a different guild. Sol is in the same server as you. Go join Sol's guild. Sol will help you out, dude. Sol will hopefully help you out, man. Look at this. We've got several people that haven't been online for a whole day. There's only 18 people in this guild, and everybody is weaker than you. No, leave this guild. Go find a better guild. Go find people that can complement you. People that can blast through the guild altar with you and make a ton of progress. Because look at the power differentiation there. It's ridiculous. You're way top of it. And, you know, you're going to be doing worse in the guild war. You're going to be doing worse everywhere. Which means you're not getting as much progress as you could, which is going to suck. So go and join Sol. Go and get a bunch of bonuses for your whole team, for your account, and just go reap the benefits. Join the Discords, join the communities, and learn, basically. Just join us. Because you've made a lot of mistakes. And there's two things you can do when you make mistakes. You can get frustrated, and you can let it drag you down, and you can feel shit about it. Or you can pick yourself back up, and you can be determined to improve and make better progress. And that's exactly what this account can do. You can do that. I believe in you. Look, we've got all these 9-star heroes. We've got fodder. We're ready to go in the right direction. You just don't know how to get there. So I hope for your sake that you can become an active member of the community. We can find some solutions to these problems. And that you just stop wasting resources on things you don't need to. Go get that monster up. Focus on guild tech. And hopefully, at some point, Seal Land will click into place. If you have any further questions, let me know. But hopefully this has been insightful for the folks at home and for the person who owns this account. There's a lot we can do here. And it's just going to take time. So good luck to you, buddy. Take time. Focus, learn, improve. So there you go, folks. We took a look at some accounts today who had seen Seal Land and used that as a reason to end up making suboptimal progress. So it was nice to get that insight and look that a lot of people will often use their progress compared to other people as a reason to start making mistakes. So if you ever find yourself being dragged back and you feel like you need to build different heroes or heroes that don't quite feel correct or aren't necessarily correct, take a look at your monster and your guild tech first. It's often the thing that's probably holding you back, and you might be surprised. You may actually just have to be a bit patient, level up that monster, level up that guild tech, and you should be able to make your progress. If you ever need any more advice or any more help, go check out the rest of my content, subscribe here on YouTube, and just have a little browse. You might be informed and find something helpful as well. Join me at twitch.tv/MKxJUMP. I try to answer as many questions as I can, although it's likely these folks will tell you I ignore them all the time, which I don't know why they possibly say anything like that. Anyway, folks, it's been an absolute pleasure to bring you this content, and of course, if you want to check out more stuff, subscribe, and of course, again, join me at twitch.tv/MKxJUMP. Until next time, though, guys, have a great week, and happy idling.